One. Hello and welcome everybody. This is Amanda Rose from your corporate office in the United States. And today I'm so happy to welcome Sam Morgan back from NCL. And she is here for our Australia-based agents only. So I just want to repeat that, Australian-based agents only today. So Sam, how are you doing?
Really, really good, thank you. And I'm very excited because I know we've had a lot of new Archer agents come on recently. So that is the purpose of this training session today, to take you over some brand new itineraries and a bit of a refresher for those who haven't used us for a little while, or a good introduction for those who haven't used us at all before.
Great. Well, we're so excited to learn more. And just a reminder, if you guys have questions for Sam, put those in chat and we'll have Q&A at the end of the presentation. And if you want to rewatch this video, it's right here in the videos tabs of this channel. So Sam, without further ado, we'll let you get started. Thanks again for joining us.
Great, thank you so much. All right, guys. Well, to start you off, that little message that you're seeing on the screen now, international cruise, think NCL, is what I want you guys to start thinking about on a more regular basis. So every time you get an international inquiry, I want you to start thinking about how you can incorporate a cruise into your consultation. It is a great way to move people around into different destinations. It's all about that unpack once and enjoy more of your holiday as they go through. So I'm going to take you through now a couple of reasons why people choose to book with NCL. And the first reason is we offer your clients a lot of freedom and flexibility. So in terms of the freedom and flexibility that I'm talking about, is that we have a different approach known as freestyle cruising, which gives your clients a lot of options when it comes to dining, accommodation, onboard activities. And I'll go through a few of those a little bit further in the presentation. The next reason they sail with us is for our unique and interesting itineraries. We go to a lot of different places that some of the other cruise lines don't go to, and we have over 450 different destinations. So we've got a very good coverage across the globe. And the last reason is our value add, known as free at sea. We like to give your clients plenty of value for money and to enjoy their holiday with. And I will go over those in a little bit more detail as we go through the presentation. But to start you off with, I want to introduce you to the type of customer that we like to see on NCL that you will typically see on an NCL cruise. So the first one is the older couple there that you see, also known as Pam and Richard to us. We've given them names to give them a little bit of personality. So these guys are typically your retirees or semi-retirees. They typically sit in that 55 age bracket or older. They like freedom, they like flexibility, which, as I said, fits in with our core values. And they like to have everything organized, and they like good value for money. So typically this customer will make up about 50% of the clients on board. The couple sitting next to them, also known as Brad and Rachel, are our secondary couple. So these guys make up about 30% of our clientele. And these guys are either young professionals, couples, or honeymooners, typically on the higher income side. But again, like freedom, flexibility, and good value for money. But because these guys are working majority of the time, they don't have a lot of free time. So they want to be ticking off major bucket list items. And that's where our itineraries come in and suit them, because we offer them a lot of variety and they can see a lot in a short period of time. Now, it's not outlined in this slide, but the last base for us is our family market. So we still cater to families. They make up about 20% of our market. The larger ships, which I will show you a little bit of, do cater more to that family market. So don't steer away from us if you do have families. We do sort of have a ship and a destination to suit everybody. Now, the next thing I want to take you through is our cruise landscape and where we sit in the market and how we kind of compare to the other cruise lines out there. Now, the little disclaimer I have to give you up front is that this is all based on Norwegian Cruise Line's perception. If you do speak to any of these other cruise lines, they might tell you what I'm about to say is a load of rubbish, and they'll put it in a different field. But we feel it's very fair and gives you a good understanding of the cruise market. So we break it down into three components. The first one being luxury, the second one being premium, and the third one being contemporary. So your luxury is definitely those high-end small ship cruise lines that basically gets everything included. So this is the type of cruising that you'll get all your major celebrities, high-end people wanting to travel with. Premium, we classify as still small ship, pretty inclusive, but you may not have absolutely everything included. And that's where Azamara, Viking, Oceania sort of fits into the market. Just skipping the middle there where we are at the moment, just moving into contemporary. So contemporary is your lower end of the market, year round, lower price, good holiday fun. And then you've got us, Celebrity, Holland America, Princess. So we classify ourselves as upper contemporary. So we're a little bit more than your average cruise line, but we don't have quite as much included. So if you needed to compare us one-on-one with another cruise line, our closest competitor is Celebrity and Princess. But if you needed to do one side-by-side, Celebrity is probably the closest. The reason they're considered our closest competitor is we have similar demographics, similar ships, and similar destinations that we visit. Princess does fall into that as well. The main difference that I would say Celebrity is closer is Princess tends to have a much older demographic on board to what we do. And with our value add free at sea package, which I'm going to take you in a little bit more detail with soon, is the reason why we being cheeky too, put ourselves slightly ahead of Celebrity, just because we give you a lot more upfront and it's one price point. To take you into the destinations we visit now, as you can see by the map in front of you, there is quite a good global coverage. There is really no destination that we don't visit. We do touch point in all of these areas year round. Some might only be for small seasons, but other parts will have a decent season. We even visit Antarctica, which a lot of people don't realise. We are not an expedition cruise lines by all means, but if you did have somebody that wanted to just tick it off a bucket list, we do have itineraries that will touch on the peninsula there. When it comes to the ships, we currently have 19 award-winning ships sailing in the water, and we do have a ship to suit all different types of markets. So the Norwegian Spirit, the Sun class and the Dawn class that you see at the bottom there typically are more focused around your adult cruiser. These are our small ships sitting at around 2,000 passengers and tend to be a little bit more intimate and getting to some of those ports that some of the larger ships can't get into. So if you do have any adult cruisers that are looking for a more intimate feel, I would place them on one of these ships. Just while we're all talking about adults at the moment, the Spirit is probably our most adult focused. Although we will still allow children on board her, there is actually no kids club or kids facility aboard the ship at all. However, if we do tend to have families aboard, they will accommodate with like family bingo and scavenger hunts, and they might pull out the video games in the main atrium and do family game day or something like that. But in general, it's not really a family orientated cruise. So just keep that in mind if you are selling Spirit, typically because she does sail over the Christmas period out of Australia. So just be mindful if you do get families over that time. When you start moving up into our dual class and our Pride of America, these are our midship cruise lines. So these can be a combination between family orientated and intimate. These are our midship, which sit at around 2,500 passengers. The Pride of America is the one that does our Hawaii cruises. So she is a little bit different to all the other cruise lines, all the other ships, sorry. She's a little bit more of a island hopping experience, and it's very American on board. So there's some amazing history and memorabilia pieces that you will find throughout the ship. When you get to Epic, Breakaway class and Breakaway Plus class, you start moving up into our mega liners, and this is where you're going to get the best of everything. These ships sit at around 4,000 to 4,200 passengers, and this is where you're going to get all your major activities. So our go-kart tracks, our family areas. We've got adult-only areas as well. There's a lot of private areas as well as interactive areas. You're going to have the pools, the water slides, the gaming rooms, nightclubs, everything is aboard these ships. Then in 2022, we released our brand new class of ship known as Prima Class. We currently have 2 ships sailing in the water, the first one being Prima, and then the second one we released last year is Viva. And in 2025, we will be releasing our brand new ship known as Norwegian Aqua. Now, these ships are a step up again. So they're a new world class of ship, and they've got a lot of new technology aboard. Now, the size of these is the same as our megaliners, but we only take 3,000 passengers aboard these ones. And the reason we do that is we want to create the feeling of space. So these particular ships have the most deck space out of all of the fleet. The cabins are also much larger, and we also want to reduce the staff to guest ratio to make it a little bit more personalized. So if you are looking for a little bit more of an upmarket experience, then you can put everybody on the Prima class, and all the other ships are just as good. They just have slightly different flares to them. As you can see by the pictures as well, each ship has its own individual artwork attached to it, and they all have their own meaning and own personality towards them as well. Moving into the onboard experience now. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we have a freestyle approach to cruising. Now, what that means is we don't do set dining times. We don't have dress codes. It's all about doing what you want and eating at a time with who you want on your holiday. It is your holiday, so you should be able to do it on your terms, not be told by the cruise line. So when it comes to dining, they do have a number of complimentary venues. So we usually have up to 3 main dining rooms on the ships for them to choose from. We also have a 24-hour restaurant, and on select ships, which is usually our mid-size and above, they will have some Asian fusion complimentary restaurants as well. On our Prima class, we introduced a brand new style of eating known as the Indulge Food Hall. So in a sense, this is more of like an upmarket food court. They do have little food truck stall type experiences on board. Everything's freshly made and cooked on hand for you. When it comes to the specialty restaurants, they ask for choice here as well. Typically, we have between 9 and 12 different specialty restaurants aboard each ship. The larger ships usually will have a little bit more than the smaller ships, but they still have plenty of choice to choose from. The most popular are outlined in this slide here. So the first one being Cagney's Steakhouse. So this is our premium steakhouse restaurant. And all bookings can be made through the portal if they want to book at a particular time. Even though we don't have set dining times, like any popular restaurant, specialty restaurants do book out quite quickly. So I would urge anybody who is looking to dine in one of those to book as soon as it becomes available, which is 120 days prior to sailing. The second one there in the middle, known as La Cucina, is our fine dining Italian restaurant. So you can get some exquisite homemade pastas and all those Italian flair through there. On other ships, it's got a slightly different name, which is Onda by Scarpetta. And the last one there is our teppanyaki. So if you want a little bit of a show with your dinner, I'm sure everyone's been to a teppanyaki before, but our waiters put on chefs put on a great show. And this one's not quite a throw your food at you type experience, but they do have a lot of interactive pieces and make it a lot of fun. All of these can be included as part of your free at sea, but as I mentioned, I will go through that very shortly. When it comes to your accommodation, they also have plenty of options to choose from. Starting in the bottom corner there, I'll start with our insides and ocean view. So we've got plenty of insides and ocean view cabins to choose from. Now, unlike other cruise lines, we also offer studio cabins, which are for those solo travelers. So instead of paying for the full cabin, they only pay as a solo, which is a great introduction. And these are now available across all the ships. And because of the popular demand for these solo cabins, we've also included them in inside ocean view and balcony. So if you do have any solo travelers out there that would like to sail on a cruise and not have to pay double the price, then we are definitely the best option, as we offer them in balcony, ocean view, inside, and studios. The balcony, ocean view, and inside are the same size as twin share, so they're not disadvantaged in any way. The studios are a little bit smaller though, but they do fit a double bed, have their own ensuite, and so forth. Solo cabins on select ships as well are also privy to their own exclusive lounge area, which is a nice way for them to mingle with other solo travelers and make some new friends. And that's only exclusive to anybody in a solo cabin. Moving up next to our balconies and club balconies. So there's plenty of balcony and club balconies to choose from. All of these hold up to 4 passengers. Let me just go back to the ocean view, sorry, quickly. Ocean views can hold up to 5. So if you do have families on select ships, some of these ocean views will hold up to 5 passengers. The difference between a balcony and a club balcony is the balcony is what we used to call a mini suite. So it's like a step up, and they do get a slightly larger room with some extra amenities included. So they get usually a bottle of champagne, some priority boarding, and things like that. Then you move up into our suites and penthouses. So these are obviously a major step up. They all come with butler and concierge service. So they get their own personalised servant to be with them. They get their own living room. It is a truly remarkable experience. If they would like to step up again, we also have another area known as the Haven. I'm just going to switch screens so it gives you a better introduction to the Haven. So the Haven is located on 12 of our ships, and it is its own private enclave. So you will find in here some of our most luxurious suites. We also offer 2 and 3 bedroom family and garden villas in here as well. So the complex itself has its own private keycard entry. You cannot access this particular area unless you are a Haven occupant. The complex itself has its own bar, its own restaurant, its own pool, its own courtyard, and its own bar. So it is truly private. So if you do have any guests that do like small ship luxury, but they want the benefits of a large ship, so with the shows and like things like the race car track and all those bits and pieces, then the Haven is the perfect area to place them in, because they still get all the benefits of the activities aboard, but they can retreat back to their own private area away from everyone else. Now, these two come with absolutely everything. So you will get your own private butler and concierge. You will have priority boarding. You will have extras added to your room each day. So it's like the business class of cruising, if you need to put it in simple terms. And once you've sort of stayed in the Haven, it's very hard to go back to the standard cabins. In terms of activity aboard, we do feel we have something for everyone. So starting for those who just like to relax and chill out on their vacation. So we do have a number of deck pools, jacuzzis. We have the Spice H2O with a complimentary adults only area. And then we have the Infinity Beach Club, which is found on our Prima class, which are those pools just slightly off to the edge. We also have paid adults only areas where you do get a few extras included. The Spice H2O is a complimentary adults only area, but if they want a little bit extra on select ships, we do have the paid adults only area as well. In the middle, we have our Mandara Spa. Now, the Mandara Spa can be found on all ships. And this is where you will get your spa treatments, your facials, your massages, get your hair done, all of that kind of stuff. You can also pay to sit on these heated day beds, which is what's positioned here in the picture. Now, they're all beautifully positioned next to those floor-to-ceiling windows. So the best way to picture this is if you are in Alaska sitting on a heated day bed with a glass of champagne. That's typically where you would find me on one of these sailings. So definitely a must for anybody who's looking for relaxation. You can buy passes for the full duration of sailing if you want to spend all of your time in there. Otherwise, you can do day passes as well. That's up to you. When it comes to for those who like a little bit more activity in their day, we do have plenty on offer. So we do have our Norwegian racetrack. We are the only cruise line that have a racetrack on board our ships. Now, this can be found on 6 of our ships, and they're either a 2-tiered or 3-tiered racetrack. They are a lot of fun. I have personally done this myself. We also have a number of water parks and water slides. We have laser tag. We have ropes courses, sports courses. We have putt-putt courses. Pretty much most things that you can think of, you will find aboard our fleet. So there is plenty of activities for all different types of people. When it comes to nightly entertainment, again, you're spoilt for choice. If you like Broadway shows, we do have Broadway shows aboard, and they are all complimentary. Some hits that we usually have is Burn the Floor, Jersey Boys, and Beetlejuice. The brand new is featured on Norwegian Viva. We also have some of our own in-house productions. Now, the little image that you see in the middle there is Elements, and that's a truly magnificent experience. It goes through a bit of acrobatics and magician type experiences, but it's a great, great show. And that one's actually featured on Norwegian Spirit. We also have comedy nights, live music, cover bands. We do a Beatles experience, a Fleetwood Mac experience. So there's a lot of different shows and interactive pieces that we have aboard. Each night, we also have themed deck parties. So it's up to you whether you would want to dress up for those or not, but not many people do. It's all just about having fun on the evening. So there's plenty of different entertainment. We also do silent discos and another lots of different activities during the evening. So you've got plenty of choice after hours. Now, the big thing that you will always have included is our Free at Sea, and I'm going to break this down for you now. So Free at Sea is our value added package, and it is available on every itinerary and every cabin type, so that you can't miss it. It'll automatically quote in the system. So what is it? So they get a beverage package, which is a premium alcoholic beverage package included as part of their fare. And the beverages included is beer, wine, spirits, soda, cocktails, and juice. So it's quite a good coverage, all included in their fare. Now, the only small condition to that is that the drink itself has to be 15 USD or under. But there is not too many of those drinks that are over that. Typically, it'll be cocktails with a few extra spirits in it and top shelf whiskies and cognacs, things like that. So it's still a good range of beverages, and it is unlimited. So there's no cap on how many drinks they can have. They're all included. Specialty dining. So as I mentioned before, we have a number of specialty restaurants aboard. And typically, a specialty restaurant is an upcharge to eat at. So with our Free at Sea, we like to give you at least one meal to be included on us in the specialty restaurant. Now, they get to choose whatever restaurant they wish to attend to, and they get a full meal. So it is an entree, main, and dessert, and in select restaurants, it's sides as well. So it is a good coverage of meal included. Now, typically it is one because that's for an interior or an ocean view. If you are staying in a balcony or a suite, typically you will have 2 or more. If the duration is longer, the interiors and ocean views might get 2, and then the balconies and above will get 3. So there's plenty of extras to be added in depending on the length of the cruise. Now, the only difference between the specialty dining and the premium beverage package is the beverage package is available to everybody over the age of 21 in the cabin. The specialty dining package is only available for the first 2 guests. The shore excursion credit is available per cabin, and every single time they book a shore excursion, they will get $50 off that excursion for the cabin. So if you think about a 10-night itinerary with an excursion every day, and sometimes they can do nights as well because we do overnight stops in select location, it's between sort of $400 and $500 of extra value packed in to do a shore excursion. With the Wi-Fi, we throw in some Wi-Fi minutes for them as well. So typically it starts at about 300 minutes the first two guests. So it's enough for things like checking your email, updating a post, connecting back with home. They just need to remember to log out each time. If they feel they need to have a lot more Wi-Fi or they're really attached to their phone and need more, they can upgrade the package. And the last one is our third and fourth guest sale at reduced rates. So all cruise lines do have this offer, but what we are talking about specifically is sailing for taxes only. So if you do have a family or two couples that like to travel together and they would like to take up one of these offerings, it can be quite a big savings because this one is the only one out of the 5 that's on select sailings. You would need to give Res a call if you're unable to find it in the system, and they will quote and let you know which sailings it is applicable to. Now, to just give you a quick run through of some of the itineraries on our most popular destinations. So the first one is Europe. Just a bit of a snapshot here of some of our most popular itineraries. So we can take you from London into Reykjavik or vice versa. You can do Rome into Lisbon, covering off all the amazing ports there in the Med. Our most popular itinerary is our Athens to Venice, covering off the Greek Isles and Croatia in one. Or you can do the Greek Isles alone return trip from Athens. Now, these are just a snapshot of itineraries. We do have a number of options available. We currently have 24 different departure ports across Europe alone and 14 ships that sail in this region, starting from about April all the way into October. So there is a huge region of options to choose from within Europe itself. When it comes to Alaska, we mainly do return trips out of Seattle, covering off all the major ports. If you want longer itineraries, we do up to 9 days, which cover Icy Strait Point and Glacier Bay in the one itinerary. Or you can do up the Inside Passage with our one-ways from Vancouver into Whittier, or you can do them in the opposite direction. We also offer cruise tours in this region. So for any of those who want to look at Denali, Talkeetna, Fairbanks, all of that region, we do offer cruise tours pre and post on any of these itineraries. So you can just find those in the system. Hawaii is probably one of our most popular, as we are the only cruise line who do this itinerary. You don't get a true Hawaiian experience by just visiting Honolulu. You really need to get into those outer islands to experience those cultures. And the best way to do that is with our Pride of America sailing. The best one about this is it leaves every Saturday. You can't go wrong. Just pick a Saturday and you'll have a cruise ready to go. This ship does go out full every single week. So it is very popular and it does give them a nice, true Hawaiian experience. You can shake it up a little bit and go to Papeete as well. So you can start with your Hawaiian Islands and then visit Papeete, or you can start in Papeete and then finish in Honolulu. So we've got a couple of different itineraries there, although it does change ship. You do move over to the sun when you do the South Pacific, including Papeete, but in Hawaii itself, it will just be the Pride of America. We also offer a cruise tour option here. So if anybody wants to spend a little bit of time in Honolulu before the cruise, we do have a cruise tour option available. To give you an idea of some sailings closer to home now, we do have some repositioning options when it returns back to Australia. So for December this year, we will be leaving Papeete, going through some new ports of the South Pacific, and we will be home porting in Melbourne for the next season, mainly because the Spirit has been fully chartered out. So she'll be in and out of Melbourne for the 2024-2025 season. Majority of our itineraries will be back and forward from Auckland into Melbourne. It will shake up a couple of the ports a little bit. So you will go into parts of Melbourne, parts of Adelaide, parts of Hobart, and while covering off a lot of New Zealand at the same time. Now, a first exciting itinerary for us, departing in March 2025, is we'll be doing our first reposition across the top of Australia, which we have never done before. It is a beautiful itinerary starting in Auckland, going up the top of Queensland and into Bali. We also offer a continuation if you've got some guests that want to spend more time aboard, that goes from Bali into Singapore, and they connect beautifully together. Now, the last thing I just wanted to point out is our Norwegian central system. So if anyone doesn't have logins yet or is unsure how to use it, this is what the main page will look like. I know I think Sunshine's in charge at the moment, and she's sending through new users nearly every single day. So if anyone doesn't have logins, just reach out and we can get you set up. Once you are logged in, you do have access to a number of tools and exciting things to your advantage. So the NCLU tile that you are seeing there is our own internal academy. So this is where you can learn more about our ships and our free at sea and our destinations, while adding yourself discounts towards your own cruises. So there are benefits to you completing that. We have marketing headquarters, which will give you all of your marketing details if you'd like to do any of your own self-promotion, or you just want pictures and bits and pieces about our ships. You can find that all in marketing headquarters, along with agent helpful tools and bits and pieces in there as well. You can make your reservations, you can view your existing reservations, you can print your documentation, you can purchase certificates for future cruise deposits. There's plenty of different tools and activities in there for you. We also offer Partners First Rewards. So Partners First Rewards is our agent rewards program. We'd like to reward you for every booking you do with us as a thank you for your support. So every time you make a booking with us, you will be entitled to points. So at the moment, because we're coming to the end of wave season, any bookings you do, you are entitled to double points. So as you can see on the screen there, Studio Inside Ocean Views is worth $25 in the form of a gift card. Balconies and above is $50, and anyone in the Avon is worth $75. On standard points, which will start from the 1st of April again, in studios and above is about $12.50, balconies are about $25, and havens are about $37. But they do all add up. The more bookings you do with us, the more rewards you will get for yourself as well. So just keep that in mind. I do send out little reminders, so in case you forget, don't stress too much, because I do send out little reminders. Another exciting piece that we have running at the moment is our Legends for Mill. Now, this has been running since January, and you do have up until the 30th of June. So we are looking for the top 15 agents or agencies across Australia and New Zealand. So it is a 4-night itinerary out of Barcelona on the Norwegian Escape. So a great little incentive there. The only real thing you need to do is be part of Partners First Rewards. Now, because that you have to be a Partners First Rewards member for at least 3 months before the end of this incentive period. So anyone who isn't a Partners First Rewards member now and would like to be in the running to win a spot on this Vermeil, is definitely get your Partners First Rewards membership in now, because the 3 months will be from the end of March. So great little incentive there. All bookings count, whether you do them through wholesale or us directly, they will all count towards this incentive. And the last little thing I have for you is my details. So please feel free to take my details down. Feel free to call me at any time. I'm very approachable. I'm very responsive, and I can help you through anything or any queries that you may have. So don't be scared to reach out or contact me if you are struggling with anything, you would like some personal one-on-one training, or you want some help converting a booking. I'm more than happy to assist you with anything that you need. So just keep that in mind. And that's basically all the major points I wanted to cover off with you today. Any questions out there?
Perfect. Yeah. So we have some questions. And the first question is there a difference between a regular interior room versus a family interior room?
Not really. The size typically the same. The reason they call it a family room is because they're usually on the same deck as all the family facilities. So either the kids clubs or the water slides or anything like that.
Perfect. And if you win an upgrade from a family interior, I wonder if it's win or what, win an upgrade from a family interior to a club balcony suite, do you get the perks for the mini suite as well?
So we don't have automatic upgrade offers. The only time that we do upgrades like that is if you bid for an upgrade. But whatever cabin if you were to bid for an upgrade and then win that upgrade, you do get the benefits of whatever you've bidded to go into because you're basically in that cabin.
Perfect. How many destinations does Norwegian sail to worldwide?
Um, it's over 450 different destinations.
And then the next question off of that is how many depart from Australia?
So we only have one ship that departs from Australia, and currently that is the Norwegian Spirit. So she only has a very short season in Australia, which runs from about the end of December up until the end of March. And they just do that backwards and forwards from New Zealand mainly. However, for the 2020 end of this year into 2024, we will have the Norwegian Sun coming down. But because she doesn't fit under the bridge in Sydney, we've had to home port her in Melbourne for this season. So she will be going in and out of Melbourne for the 2024-25 season. But hopefully for the end of 25-26, we will have the Spirit back and she will be departing backwards and forwards from Sydney again.
Perfect. Some agents are asking if you could share your contact slide again so they could view it.
Yeah, no worries. Let me just go back.
Perfect.
That is done.
And you said you would be willing to do one-on-one sessions if they have
Correct.
questions.
That's right. So when you log into Norwegian Central, there is a little option in there to book a BDM. So you can book an appointment through there if you like, or you can just send me an email and go, Sam, I would like some one-on-one training. Can we arrange a time? It's really up to you how you want to do it. I don't mind either way.
Perfect. Do you have any in-person events that we can attend?
At the moment, I don't, but we can. Is most people based in Queensland?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm not sure, actually. Sorry, Dave would know that. I don't know that question.
No, that's okay. Because I could always look at putting, like, if there's enough people and if everyone is based in Queensland, I could look at putting an in-person event together if we have enough participants. So that's something we could look at if possible. I don't have anything running at the moment.
Okay, perfect. And just what would be enough participants, or you'd have to play it by ear to know?
We would probably need at least 15 or more.
Okay, sounds good. Well, that agents, you heard it straight from Sam. So 15 or more in Queensland. 100% committed to go. Perfect. Well, I think that's the last question today because you covered so much. The presentation was so knowledgeable, and I feel like they were able to envelop everything you gave them. So if they have more questions, they can reach out either to you, the sales support team. They can look online on the portal and get their questions answered. So thanks again, Sam, for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. Is there anything else you want to say before we close out?
There is one thing that I did forget to say, and I always need to mention it because it's very important, is gratuities. Gratuities with us are all included as well. So there's no hidden extras when they're on board our ships.
Perfect. Well, I love that. And thanks again, Sam. Thanks all the travel agents for joining us. And I hope you guys have a wonderful morning there in Australia and day.
No worries. Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Perfect. Thank you.